Hello friends, this is Tim Collins coming to you again with our weekend word. Today I want to talk about a Bible character that we know very little about. His name was Shamgar. He was one of the judges found in the book of Judges, and there are only 2 verses about Shamgar in the entire Bible. One I want to focus on is Judges 3:31. It says, "After Ehud came Shamgar, son of Anath, who struck down 600 Philistines with an ox goad. He too saved Israel." The other verse is Judges 5:6. "In the days of Shamgar, son of Anath, in the days of Jael, the roads were abandoned. Travelers took to winding paths." Now, we don't know very much about the story of Shamgar and the 600 Philistines that he killed. We just have to kind of fill in the blanks, which is another way preachers say make up the story. So here's my version of Shamgar and the 600 Philistines. In the days of Shamgar, they weren't allowed to use the roads, as I read in Judges 5:6. The Philistine armies used those, and people were either afraid to use them or prohibited from using them by the Philistines. They thought the roads belonged to them. They wanted to be able to transport their armies and didn't want anybody in their way. And there wasn't any iron in the Israelites' land. They were not allowed to possess iron. Philistines had a monopoly on iron because they didn't want other people making iron weapons. Iron was a cutting-edge military technology for thousands of years until approximately 1326, when gunpowder was weaponized and the first cannon created. But for hundreds of years, Philistines monopolized iron production and wouldn't allow anyone to have iron, afraid they'd make weapons of it. That was true until the day of David. After David had spent about 1.5 years with the Philistines, when he became king, the Israelites obtained iron weapons. Fancy that. At any rate, back to Shamgar. Shamgar had an ox goad in his hand, so probably he had been plowing. And an ox goad is just a long, pointed stick, sometimes had a flat blade on the end that was used for knocking the clay and mud off of plows. When the oxen that were pulling the plows would go too slow, the farmer would reach over the plow with the ox goad and stick the pointed end into the oxen and kind of prod them along, make them speed up. So Shamgar had probably been plowing all day out in the hot sun. He's headed home after a long day of work. He's tired, he's exhausted. The only thing in his hand is his ox goad he's been using all day. He's walking along the paths because he doesn't want to use the highways, but perhaps brambles cut his legs up, or he bogs down in mud or something, and it's getting dark, he can't see well. And he finally just says, "No way, I'm getting on the highway." He steps up on the highway, he's walking toward home, and of all the luck, runs into an army of Philistines. I can see it now. The Philistine general stops his troops and says, "Old man, you'd better get off this road. It belongs to the Philistine army, and if you don't get off of it, we're going to kill you." Whereupon Shamgar says, "No, this road belongs to me. God gave it to my father Abraham. Wherever I set the sole of my foot belongs to me, and you'd better get off my road or I'm going to kill you." Well, the rest of the story is Shamgar struck down 600 Philistines with an ox goad. You see, when God is on your side, anything can happen. There's no enemy that can stand against the people of God. The gates of hell cannot prevail against the church that will take a stand. When God's on your side, calamity fights for you. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis, hailstorms, all that fight for you when God is on your side. So take a stand today. Don't let the enemy tell you what you can do and what you can't do. Live for Jesus and advance the kingdom of God powerfully, violently. Well, part of that is being in fellowship with God and God's people. Be in church somewhere tomorrow, worshiping God in spirit and in truth. God bless you. We love you.